Welcome to Good Works Tractors. From snow to mow, Good Works Tractors is the place to go. Shop goodworkstractors.com, subscribe to our channel below, like our Facebook page, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys, welcome to Good Works Tractors. If it looks a little different around here, that's because we're at my house instead of the shop. But I wanted to go over this John Deere x739 that you may have seen in a previous video or two. It's actually the one that I had purchased new a year and a half ago, well, getting close to 2 years ago now, I guess, the fall of 2017. So has the 60-inch mower deck on it. It is a drive over and AutoConnect, and then it also has the 3-bin material collection system on there. And then I have a front mount hydraulic snowplow, so four-way angling or four-way hydraulic, so it angles hydraulically left and right, and then also raises and lowers hydraulically. So you'll see the HDAP, or the heavy-duty all-purpose tires that are on here, and then it also has a mulching baffle. I forget the name for it off the top of my head, but basically you can pull this little lever, and I'll try to do a close-up and show you. And basically you can close off the side and just mulch, or you can open it up and discharge. So pretty cool that way. But you may be wondering how I got it back in my possession, but I ended up selling it to my neighbor. I guess it was in the spring of 2018, and unfortunately, oh, there's a couple deer over there. Maybe we missed it. Yeah, they're gone now. A couple deer just walked by. It's pretty cool. Although I have a love-hate relationship with the deer in my backyard. But long story short is that he purchased the tractor and had great intentions to use it to maintain his yard and his driveway and everything else, but then his job forced him to be on the road constantly for work. I mean, for weeks or months at a time, when he'd be back here for a week. And so there was just no way for him to be able to utilize the machine. And I sold it to him with 19.9 hours on it. And then this spring I wanted to mow my lawn with something different, and I knew it had just been sitting in a shed, and so he wanted to rent it out to me. And so I've been mowing with it all year. We just made an agreement, and I've been mowing with it all summer, and it's been doing a great job. I just threw the bagger on a couple mows ago. I think I mowed twice now with the bagger. Just because the leaves, you can see we're starting to fall a little bit here, not a lot. It's September 2nd right now, so fall's not really here, but I just wanted to make sure it's cleaned up and looking good and that kind of thing. So anyway, I got it back in my possession here this spring with 20 hours on it. So it had 19.9 when I sold it to him, then it had 20 when I started using it again, and it's now at 35.1, I think. So I have about a 3/4 acre lot, so minus out the house and the landscaping, the driveway. So I don't know if I'm mowing about a half acre or so, maybe 0.55 or 0.6 acres, I don't know, somewhere in that ballpark. But typically I can get it done in about a half hour, 35 minutes. This is the all-wheel steer and all-wheel drive version, okay? So, I got a lot of trees and different little landscaped areas here with some really tight radiuses, and this can handle almost all of them. I probably screwed up on some of my concrete edging that I have around the house, and it was before I had purchased the tractor, where I had the concrete curbing laid out, and I made some of those areas, 2 of them I think it is, that are just too tight for the tractor to be able to get in there. And even with a zero turn, it's still almost impossible for me to get right in there just the way that they are designed and get that. So, but I tried to design this whole lawn with having to trim as little as possible. I hate trimming, it hurts my back. I'm 6'3", and I can't really get a comfortable position leaned over or bent over a little bit. So I really try to minimize the trimming. But the all-wheel steer version there is just ideal for my lawn and for this type of application. If you take a look over towards the swing set that's over that way there, I can mow right underneath the swings there. I just lift them up. On the back side there's a tire swing that goes that way. I can trim with the mower right around each one of those posts that are there. I really don't have to trim anything around there. Now I should caveat that by saying I have sprayed Roundup about 3, 4, 5 inches around some of those areas there, and a couple of the trees that I don't have landscaping around right now too. But anyway, I thought it was worth showing and sharing there, and we'll kind of do a little overview now and show you the different features that are on there. But this is really a top-of-the-line garden tractor. It's about as big as and best as you can get. There is a diesel version, but it is only the 4-wheel drive. It's not the all-wheel steer. So this tractor has not been cleaned up, and the last time I mowed, I was about 80% done, and then it started to downpour, and so that's why it looks as grassy as it does right now. But I'll be giving it a bath here sometime soon. But these things are built like a tank. So when I ordered this new, I think the only option I didn't get was the upgraded seat that had the armrests on there. They kind of get in the way on these garden tractors, I feel like, and you'll see a lot of them where the armrests are damaged. Either they've split or they're kind of bent or cockeyed or really loose and wobbly. I mean, I don't know. I think folks tend to get on and off a garden tractor like this a lot, and it's not a huge operator station there. I mean, I'm 6'3" and it fits me fine, but to get on and off, I think those armrests just get kind of in the way a lot. At least that's my theory. I don't really know for sure. So, but again, drive over mower deck. Has a washout port. I don't know if you guys use those or not. I have never used a washout port on any mower that I've ever had, so it's not really a big deal to me. One of those overrated things in my opinion, but I don't know if we can see it from here or not. Little AutoConnect linkage, not really. It's really hard to see under there, but it does have that AutoConnect PTO so you can drive on and off. This is full-time four-wheel drive, okay? So there's no selecting 2 or 4, it's all the time in four-wheel drive, but as you can see, look in some of these corners in the different areas, and I don't have any ripped up areas. I mean, it's pretty problem free as far as ripping things up, turning around, and I'll see if I can go around some different areas where some tight turning radiuses are. You'll be able to see here that I really don't have any circles, you know, like when you're turning over and over, that repetitive stuff. Nothing's really ripped up. I don't think it's anything to worry about. So, a little side note, this circle right here, this radius, I designed these because at the time, this one's a little bit bigger because of the size of the tree, but I've got 4 of those apple trees over there. I designed these radiuses, or diameters I should say, to match up with the 1025R. I was mowing with a 60D deck on a 1025R, and that was as tight of a circle as I could cut. And so I just matched up my mulch rings just to match up with that, and it's worked out pretty well. Probably the tightest thing I turn around is this tree right here, and so you can see I've sprayed the Roundup around it, you know, roughly 4 inches, I mean, for the most part, and I can go right around here with that X739 and not have to do any trimming ever. So, but it's got a 3-bin bagger on there, you know, the 3 individual bins, which is nice, although I'll tell you, they do get heavy if they're loaded up all the way full. But man, it's nice. You don't even have to, there's no raking up leaves in the fall. I mean, you just mow once a week with this, and you're gonna have to dump. You know, I have to dump 3 or 4 times when I mow. It has a lot of clippings, but you know, you just pull these bags out individually, and they've got a handle on the bottom. I'll show you here. See that handle there, so you can just pick it up from here too and dump them out. The hardest part about taking the bagger on and off is this big huge chunk here. So it's this whole top plastic section, and then the metal frame that goes down here and goes into these click and go brackets that you can see there. It's hard to kind of manhandle that by yourself and get it in there. It can be done. I mean, even a kid, if you had somebody else helping you, it would make it a lot easier. It's just an awkward, it's not super heavy, it's just awkward, you know. So power flow comes on and off real easy. This whole chute comes on and off real easy. Right here is that baffle control. Again, I forget the name right now. Maybe I can find it before I post the video, but you know, you just open it, or what do you do? This way, and then this way you can hear it there. You don't have to move it much, but it goes from, you know, about this much being open to close and that kind of thing. So it's enough, and it works really well. It's not in the way when you're driving over either. I think I generally put it back right here, so that way it can only go about down that far. Just feel like that'll be protective of it more. But you can see the 4 quick disconnects there. I use those for the quick hitch and the angling plow. Okay, so you just run the hoses through these little loops here, and the quick hitch mounts right in the front here. I did have a video showing how to hook up that quick hitch and blade. Piece of cake. Love the H-dab tires. I don't know why they don't Put them on the 1025s. They're really great all around tire, excellent traction, safe on lawns, really good in the snow. So you have, you know, tilt steering, cruise control. There's cruise control right there. Throttle, lights, 12-volt convenience outlet. You have your two handles here. The top one, I think is the top one, I always forget, is gonna raise and lower the mower deck. The bottom one's only used when you have like those 4 hydraulic ports that are plugged into over there. So like to angle the blade left and right, that kind of thing. Mower deck height adjust down there in the middle. Seat adjust, okay. Pretty straightforward. Oh, also over here you have a little storage cubby. And there's a deck leveling kit. I just leveled my deck last week. It was out of alignment, or 2 weeks ago when I put on the bagger. It threw it out of level, left to right a little bit. So this leveling kit right here, this rod here, and then that little gauge. Takes you 5 minutes. Pretty easy to do.